a decade ago, a man's fantasy became reality in a form never seen before. Kitchen Stadium, a giant cooking arena. The motivation for spending his fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations. To realize his dream, he started choosing the top chefs of various styles of cooking. And he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills. Iron Chef Japanese is Rokusaburo Michiba. Iron Chef French is Hiroyuki Sakai. Iron Chef Chinese is Chen Kenichi. And Masahiko Kobe is Iron Chef Italian. Kitchen Stadium is the arena where Iron Chefs await the challenges of master chefs from all over the world. Both the Iron Chef and Challenger have 1 hour to tackle the theme ingredient of the day, using all their senses, skills, creativity. They're to prepare artistic dishes never tasted before. And if ever a challenger wins over the Iron Chef, he or she will gain the people's ovation and fame forever. Every battle, reputations are on the line in Kitchen Stadium, where master chefs pit their artistic creations against each other. What inspiration will today's challenger bring? And how will the Iron Chef fight back? The heat will be on!
Masahiro Yamamoto. If my memory serves me correctly, he's the leading gourmet writer in Japan, and a while ago he brought in a challenger to my Kitchen Stadium, fully expecting a win. The Chinese cuisine chef in question, whom he fully endorsed, fought the sea urchin battle against my Iron Chef Sakai. Unfortunately, his challenger lost. And Yamamoto apparently had a bit of a moan about the tasting panel's judgment. So, since that lost battle, he has been searching for a chef of higher caliber for a revenge match. I've heard it's a Japanese cuisine chef he has in mind this time.
He's from Tokushima, Chef Koyama, running a restaurant called Ayagi. His skills are just awesome.
Tokushima is way down south. Surely he's got to be joking. But to my surprise, his challenger is so famous he can even be found in a popular comic book read by gourmets. Here is his face. And here is the real thing. A chef who may regain Yamamoto's pride. From Aoyagi in Tokushima, head chef Hirohisa Koyama. Koyama was actually born as the first son of a family running their own restaurant. So, after graduating from college, he started his career at the very best place in Western Japan, Kicho in Osaka. Luckily for him, he could absorb the atmosphere of a top kitchen at just 22.
Well, in that kitchen, I became so intrigued with cooking. It was a real high point in my career.
After an apprenticeship of 3.5 years, he returned to his hometown and began devising recipes using local ingredients. And in 1992, Koyama found his name getting around, literally. He even flew to France and led a Japanese food fair at a major hotel with great success. It was quite an honor and useful experience. His hidden agenda then was to put his Japanese cooking skills to the test in front of the French pros and gourmets. Koyama believes the success of a dish lies in the initial slicing of its ingredients, a Japanese rule of thumb. He displayed that theory to his French colleagues and customers using foie gras and other French ingredients, and proved that Japanese cooking can spread all over the world if the ideal is respected.
The most important thing in Japanese food is the blade work. It's key. It makes a tremendous difference in flavor. It just cannot be overlooked.
He strives to create Japanese cuisine of the highest caliber and of international standard. That passion is never-ending, and he has even gone to the extent of opening his own cooking school.
He goes beyond the boundary of Japanese ingredients, using Chinese and French items as well. And he never forgets to respect the ingredients, to uphold and expand their natural flavor. He's a wonderful chef.
Now, Koyama, show us the difference your blade work makes and regain Yamamoto's pride in the process, if you can.
Well, I'll try my best and get a win.
culinary journalist Masahiro Yamamoto bringing in another challenger today. Our guest, actress Mayuko Takata, was here for the battle in which he brought in his first. Welcome back.
Thank you, my pleasure.
All right, that previous time, sea urchin battle that was.
Yes, I remember that.
Real tough
It was a close battle.
Very close.
Yes, very.
Yamamoto thought it should have gone the other way.
Oh, really?
Sure did.
Well, I'll try to be as fair as possible.
All right, and our commentator is here, Dr. Yukio Hattori. Doc.
Always a pleasure.
All right, time now. Let's bring him on, Chairman Kaga.
あれは確か2月前、美食家の山本正弘が胸を張って送り込んできた挑戦者が鉄人酒井に敗れました。その驚きと悔しさを彼は第2の挑戦者をもって表してきたのです。しかもなんとわざわざ徳島から呼び寄せたとか。あの吉兆で修行をし、今はパリの料理界でその名を轟かせている日本料理の天才。さあ皆さん、大きな拍手でお迎えください。山本正弘が自らの名誉にかけて送り込んできた第2の資格、小山博久。
Entering the stadium, a highly skilled Japanese cuisine pioneer, even has his own cooking school. This time, culinary journalist Yamamoto confident he'll be on the winning side.
ようこそいらっしゃいました。山本さん曰く、あなたなら必ず鉄人に勝てる、そうおっしゃっているんですが、自信はありますか？
Yes, I am.
なるほど。それでは山本さんの貢献にも関わりますから、今日は一生懸命頑張ってください。
Oh, yes, I will.
それでは我が美食アカデミーが誇る3人の鉄人を登場させましょう。よみがえるがいいアイアンシェフ。
Making their ascent and assuming their rightful places in Kitchen Stadium. Men who lead the culinary scene in Japan, defenders of their home turf on this battlefield of cooking, now coming to life, your Iron Chefs. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, and Iron Chef Japanese Rotsaburo Michiba. Here they stand, the invincible men of culinary skills.
前回山本さんご推薦の挑戦者はフレンチの酒井に敗れました。聞くまでもないことかもしれませんが、さあ誰と戦う？
Sakai-san, please.
Yes, sir! Gunning for Sakai, Koyama trying to avenge the earlier defeat. Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, he among the first chefs in Japan to fuse Japanese techniques with French recipes. And he too, like the challenger, an apprentice at Kicho. From there, Sakai creating his own world of artistic cuisine. The Delacroix of French cuisine, up against a tough foe today.
吉兆で修行経験がある、そう聞いた時、私は真っ先にあの素材を思い浮かべました。関東ではあまり馴染みがないのですが、関西では夏といえばあの長い魚、特に吉兆では夏場の目玉商品だそうです。それでは発表します。今日のテーマはこれです。
Journalist Masahiro Yamamoto. He's written more than 30 books and knows cooking inside out and thinks he's got a winner today in challenger Koyama. Taking on Iron Chef French Sakai. Yamamoto's man losing to Sakai last time. The ante's been up and Sakai will get all he can handle today, so let's get it on!
Crazy!
Ring a gong, we are on, and right out of the gate, it is Koyama with the burst up to the stand.
Oh, he's running.
This is new.
Koyama's got it going in high gear from the get-go, and he's the first to select from among the 6 pike eel up there, going for them now.
Wow, those are big, aren't they?
Very
Unbelievably
much so,
big.
yeah. Probably about half a kilo each, so about a pound.
Wow, I thought they'd be smaller.
I'm told those fish up there cost a cool $50 a pop.
Yeah, that'd be about right.
Wow, that much? I didn't realize that.
Unbelievable. All right, the Iron Chef, he's got one down on the cutting board, and Koyama, look at all the knives he's assembled, and there brought the vigor on Sakai's side.
Yeah, it looks like Michiba's, doesn't it?
Quickly getting that started, a sense of urgency, and we can feel that coming from both sides.
Wow, look at, already. Look at
Spiked
this.
pike eel quickly ripping it right out there.
Yeah, very quick. He's very good.
So you can't use the innards of this fish, or?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, they sometimes do after curing them with salt, so that's one thing to keep an eye on later on here.
Okay, and now on Koyama's side.
Oh, look at that, all the soft roe there.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Soft roe.
Yeah, and well, to add to that, this fish, or actually any fish in season right now, are about to lay eggs, so
Right.
these are loaded with the eggs and the soft roe there.
Okay.
Do they use this in French cooking, or?
It's kind of a rare ingredient, actually. I've never seen a French chef, even here in Japan, using it.
So that means Sakai-san is at a disadvantage.
Could be today.
Fukusan.
Yes, from the floor, Shinjiro Ota, go.
I asked Iron Chef Sakai what he thinks about today's theme ingredient, and he said, I never use pike eel nowadays, but I have several times in the past when I was younger, so I just have to recall what I did back then.
All right, Sakai, theme challenge today.
I'm interested to see whether or not the Iron Chef can do what we call bone cutting.
Bone cutting could be a factor in the battle then.
Yeah, without that, you have a lot of leftover bones.
Well, how about using the food processor to grind them up?
Well, that's I guess, possible.
So you can't eat it if you don't do the bone cutting, or?
Well, this fish has a lot of small bones, so you want to crush them, actually, by bone cutting, and it makes it easier for the tasters.
Oh, so it's different from eels and conger eels, which don't need this treatment?
It's totally different, right?
I see.
All right. Hey, look at
What?
this.
Oh, this is écrevisse.
Okay, crayfish in English.
Yeah,
Fish.
exactly.
Is that the crayfish we are used to seeing?
Well, similar to the ones that are in ponds, but these are raised to be edible, of course.
How is he going
Okay.
to cook these?
Fukusan.
Yes.
Yeah, I also asked the challenger, Chef Koyama, his opinion of today's ingredient, and he replied, these are top quality, and I have a lot of recipes to choose from. I'll show you my best today. Back to you.
All right, going right at it.
Well, that's no surprise
And
from
this
him.
challenger, Hirohisa Koyama, and right there some close quarters blade work. He's another slicer and dicer, but just with the right hand today. And Sakai, he beat the first man that Yamamoto brought in here, Chinese chef Yuji Wakia, but he thinks Koyama will come out ahead this time.
Oh, look.
Oh, I thought so, yeah.
My goodness. Really
Now,
dynamic.
is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, crushing it. That's the word, yeah.
All right, don't have to worry about these bones now.
Well, they'll still be a little prickly, though.
Okay, not obliterated enough yet then.
No, you could still wind up choking a little bit on these.
Oh,
if
my
you gotta-
goodness, right.
Yeah. So I think probably just judging by what he's doing here, he'll use the blender next.
Okay, we'll see. He was pounding away on that pike eel meat pretty good there. The Iron Chef now scooping it up.
And where's he headed? To the fruit processor? or-
Yep,
Oh.
into the food processor, giving a little
Okay.
squeeze out for something else to go in there now, and a little fumbling, stumbling by the Iron
What's this
Chef.
plastic bag here?
Okay, that is...
Miso?
Oh, white miso. Okay.
all right, chopped up pike eel, white miso, the lid on, and no,
He looks
still
like he's
fumbling around
Having
there.
some trouble there.
Okay, let's. Oh, I think that started, didn't it?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
The
yes.
challenger's
His
doing-
bone
here,
cutting.
Here we go.
Oh, right.
Okay, now watch this very carefully.
We are right up on it there,
You notice how he pushes the
Goodness.
blade away from himself.
and
What a
not
big
cutting through the
knife.
skin.
Yeah. Actually, a big knife like this, it's more stable actually. And for the rhythm, you want to use that big knife and get a good stroke going.
Don't pull the blade.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Okay.
So, and up close, you can actually hear something very unique, the noise when the blade goes in. Listen.
Yes.
Is that the bones being cut?
Right, yeah.
It sounds pretty crunchy.
So if you don't bone cut, then you can't fully prepare or enjoy this fish.
Right, yeah.
And the only other way, dump it into the processor.
Exactly.
So this fish is strictly for the pros to handle, I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely too difficult to handle
And
around
look,
the house.
with bone cutting, really bone tiring work, you have to exert elbow grease, and Koyama already sweating profusely. Still not a quarter of the way through. Yes.
Yeah, as the challenger was showing us his bone cutting technique, the camera above him was shooting the action, and he very promptly complained about that, saying, come on, you're blocking the light. I need it to do this right.
Telling those guys to get lost.
Yeah, you don't want to get in their way. That's
Now,
for sure.
hey, look at Sakai. He's doing it too. Same thing.
Yeah.
Bone cutting Sakai style.
I got to give him credit for using that knife.
Much smaller blade, yes.
The width of each cut is about 1 millimeter?
At least that, yeah. Technically, the best would be about 0.8 millimeters.
Wow,
Incredible.
that's thin?
Yeah.
Sakai-san's thinner, please. Thinner.
But he's very good at this.
And he's doing it pretty quick, too.
The man's
Oh,
got
yeah, it's
skills.
really quick.
If you don't know what you're doing, you'd probably mess up the meat.
Oh, yeah, very much so. Now, if we can get a shot over here of the Challenger.
All right, back with Koyama. Kind of just...
The skin.
Looks like the skin, yeah.
Okay, whatever it is there, coating them with flour, those pieces.
So that would be the leftover parts from that previous process.
And now giving them a bath.
Oh, rinsing them off.
Reversing his field there.
So taking the batter and getting rid of it now.
They are not on the same page over there.
No, I guess the assistants made a mistake.
Some miscommunication, messed up their signs or signals, and now they're rinsing off the flour that they had coated on there.
That could be, or it could be he wanted a different type of batter or something.
Fukusan.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, let me give you the ingredients that Iron Chef Sakai has in his food processor. It wasn't white miso after all. Actually, it was ground white fish meat.
Oh, okay.
And he then added egg yolks and consomme to get it to this stage.
Oh, egg yolk and consomme in there.
All right, pike eel, whitefish meat, ground whitefish meat, egg yolk, consomme, and now scooping that paste out of the bowl and
15
into these
minutes
small
have
containers,
elapsed.
which have some pieces of pike eel skin in them. 15 minutes gone here.
I'll bet he's going to pan fry it.
I agree.
Stuff
Yeah.
it, pan fry it, and then flip it over.
What a good student you are.
Okay, now back on Koyama's side, lots of activity around the stove.
Yeah, he had batter over that once, but now it's just frying, I guess.
Nothing on him.
No, there's no coating or batter that I could see.
Okay.
Could be a pre-treatment, though.
All right, and what pieces
Fukusan.
are those again? Yes, go ahead, Ota.
Yeah, these items that the Challenger is now frying are the bones and the cutoffs. And as you noticed, the assistants did make a mistake of coating some with starch, but the Challenger caught that and said, "That's not how I want it done," and he rinsed them off.
All right, well, they got squared on that, rinsed the pieces clean, and Koyama coming up for air for a moment, wiping his brow dry, too.
Oh no, he's not pan frying it. He's
Steaming it. We
Okay,
go.
Yes,
not
steaming.
going to end up frying.
Oh.
All right.
And Fukui-san?
Yes.
Yeah, Iron Chef Sakai has taken the pike eel bones and meat that he had broiling in the salamander oven. He's taken those out and is cooking them further by boiling them now.
All right, boiling away right there.
Well, this is easy. This is a soup stock.
Oh yes, he grilled it once before, though, right?
And starting to smell like it. Nice aroma coming off
Really?
that.
Yes.
Now, I wonder what this is.
Okay, here with Koyama.
He's twirling
okay.
the bowl.
All right, this has gelatin in it, so he's hardening it.
But why is he twirling it like that?
When you rotate it like that, it assures a nice even mix.
Okay.
Because if you stir it up, you can get air bubbles.
Okay, centrifugal force. Don't want that. The air bubbles, labor-intensive series of steps there, but they do the
clever.
trick. And now, Koyama, okay, back with Iron Chef Sakai now.
Fukui-san!
Yes.
Yeah, let me explain the different things that the Iron Chef has in his steamer. In the top container, he has the item that he was working on a moment ago, which contains the pike eel skin.
Okay.
And in the second layer, he's got the mousse that he made by adding egg yolks and consomme to whitefish meat. You'll remember that mixture.
Seeing that on replay.
That's being steamed in the cups that you're seeing now. And finally, he says he also has pike eel roe in some containers in there as well. He's also steaming that. Back to you.
All right, you've got it all covered. Thanks.
Wow, he's doing a great job using
So,
everything.
egg yolk and consomme getting a lot of play for different items there.
And everything's so different.
Okay, Sakai here looks like he's got the truffles.
Using truffles,
And
my
chopping
goodness.
them up. Maybe could be a sauce, a Paragout sauce coming our way. Huh?
You know, it's not always Paragout sauce when you see truffles, you know.
Okay, all right. Well, just my initial thought whenever I see Sakai break out the truffles.
Okay.
what's he doing?
All right. Oh, he's deep frying them.
Okay, these are the pieces from his bone cutting operation.
Fried pike eel, yeah.
Deep fried pike eel. That should be a real treat.
Fukui-san.
Yes.
Yeah, an update from the Challenger. He is cooking rice and will be serving that as well.
Rice as well, okay.
All right, now the Iron Chef, and look, I think he's got hot bean paste there.
Yeah,
And
maybe a
Fukui-san?
salad.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, according to my information, the ingredients in this bowl are pike eel, kidney beans, prawns, truffles, salt, olive oil, lemon, and pepper. That's according to my notes.
All right, thanks, Ota. And packing that pike eel salad into serving size containers. Rather cute over there.
I wonder what it'll taste like.
Should be interesting.
All right, now these look to have been coated going into the pot.
Yeah, I think it's kudzu starch.
Perhaps the makings of a soup by Koyama.
That'd
Sounds
be my
right.
guess, yeah.
And we decided then.
All right, we're in agreement. It's a soup on the way.
Fukui-san.
Yes.
Yeah, we have word that the Iron Chef has just ordered his assistants to bring in some of those live American crayfish that were on standby.
All right, needs more. And yeah, we had lost track of
Yeah,
those.
he does have
Oh,
those,
one
huh?
of them's trying to get away.
Just wonder how they'll meet their ultimate fate. Well, that can crawl, but it can't hide. And it should be interesting to see how the crayfish, crawdaddies, and pike eel go together.
20 minutes to go.
Oh, look at the challenger. What's he up to?
Yeah.
That's a nice-looking sauce.
I imagine a bit on the sour side, too.
Sour?
Yeah,
Really?
like sweet and
Positive?
sour, you know?
So sweet and sour pike eel.
Like sweet and sour pork? Or it doesn't sound tasty, though.
Fukujan?
Yes.
Yeah, I just talked with Iron Chef Sakai, and he said that he's shooting for 3, maybe 4 dishes today.
All right, 3 to 4, and he's got a couple of them in the steamer and a number of the crayfish here in this pot of boiling water, the scalding treatment.
Not exactly the way you want to end it all, I don't think.
No escape from
must be
that.
hot.
Heat treatment, and now the challenger here looks like some eggplant in the small bowls, and he'll probably add pike eel to these.
Right, yeah.
Right there.
Oh, yeah, that one from before?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so the fried one with the batter, right?
Okay,
Right.
and the flavor, not much sauce there.
No, I still think it'll be a bit on the sour side, though.
And the presentation looking quite good there, the combination of the two. And one is just about done by Koyama, challenger number 2, brought in by Masahiro Yamamoto, who thinks his first challenger didn't get a fair shake in the judgment, Wakia against Sakai. So he hopes Koyama now can be the one to upend the
Fukusan?
Iron Chef. Yes.
I asked Iron Chef Sakai how he feels about being marked or targeted by Yamamoto-san. You'll remember that he brought in Chef Wakia last time and now Chef Koyama this time. And Sakai-san bluntly replied, Yamamoto, be a man and challenge me yourself.
Whoa, the Iron Chef is
That's
just
a
about
quote.
had his fill of Yamamoto.
Yamamoto-san is a challenger.
I don't see it, but I do see a fired-up Sakai today telling us before the battle he wasn't going to hold back a thing in this
Fukui-san?
one. Yes.
Yeah, on the Iron Chef side, they've taken carrots, which have been finely chopped and ground in the blender, and added hot chili pepper sauce to that in order to make what we think will be a sauce or a garnish for one of his dishes.
All right, thanks, Ota.
Carrots.
Saw the sauce, did look orange.
And hot chili pepper sauce.
That'll bring a heat treatment of a different kind. And now on Koyama's side, they've got the rice coming off, putting it into the rice bowls already.
The pike eel bowl.
Pike eel on rice?
Is there such a recipe?
Not sure actually, but it looks like that style, doesn't
Okay,
it?
well, they're
you're right.
leaving room to place the pike eel on top. Just wonder how it'll be cooked.
No, we're gonna have to wait on that one, I think.
Oh, it should be good, though.
Fukui-san.
Yes.
I just inquired how Challenger Koyama was doing as far as time was concerned, and he remarked, I have plenty of time.
All right, got it under control.
But what's he smiling about?
Well, the man is smiling, but still sweating. He's been busting it ever since the opening gong was banged, and he ran up to the stand, hasn't stopped, and now
15
running
minutes
over to the
to
side to
go.
grab another utensil, the pot there. 15 minutes left. Now this Sakai side.
Looks like a pudding almost.
Pike eel pudding?
That doesn't sound quite right, though, does it?
You can see the skin in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Fukui-san.
Yes.
You know how the Challenger said he had plenty of time? Well, after hearing me tell you what he said, he reevaluated and recanted, saying, correction, I may be in trouble here, and now he's scrambling.
All right, but please, someone hand him a towel. I guess when he heard the 15-minute call, that got his attention, and now reassessing the time. You know, that's what all the challengers say here. The 60 minutes just fly by in the cooking.
Oh, my goodness, are you trying to pressure it?
Hey, look, he's
That's
even
mean.
scrambling the eggs quickly there.
Yeah, pouring some beaten eggs in
This
there.
is to go on the rice?
Wow, this looks good. Super.
Very good.
All right, now back to the Iron Chef here.
What is this, zucchini?
They are all diced up in the pot
And
there.
tomatoes, but I don't know.
All right.
What do we got here?
And now getting them cooled down.
There we are, the crayfish.
Yes, and they're cooked now.
Oh, the poor things.
But it is starting to get late in the day, and he'd better get moving if he's going to be using these. Wouldn't want to waste them after having cooked them.
Oh, look, he's adding it on now.
Pike eel over rice.
Hamodon.
And boy, this one is looking wonderful.
The eggs look so soft.
All right, if you are keeping score at home, check it off. His pike eel on rice is done, but maybe he's finished it just a tad early. I hope we didn't pressure him there. I mean, it might cool down too much before the panel gets it.
Right, the rice could become too soggy, don't you think?
That's exactly my point right there. So I hope he didn't race this one in too early.
Well, too late.
Too late now, yes.
Okay, the Iron Chef is coating truffles with batter here.
Okay, truffles in the batter there.
I think so. That's what the
All
pot
right.
chef is.
Truffles, yes.
Okay, so no Paragu sauce over there, unfortunately.
Now,
All right.
10 minutes
Okay.
to go.
Truffle battered fried pike eel here.
Okay, a
Wow.
third dish almost done here.
Right, and he boiled it with chicory.
So this one will have a be of a lighter flavor then.
Right, that was with the stock that he had earlier.
Okay, and yes,
Yeah,
looks
there it
like he's
is.
pouring the soup on.
Yes.
Very nice there.
Very creative man, isn't he?
Fukui-san.
Yes.
An interesting move here. Challenger Koyama is planning to stuff fried pike eel meat into these little orange ground cherry pods.
All right, got it.
The fried ones.
And yes, he'll have them going into the Hozuki there.
Okay.
No, not the fried ones.
Oh, okay. He's saying they're not the fried.
Okay, correction from Koyama.
Yeah, you guys are totally wrong.
Oh, well, totally wrong. Okay, sorry about that.
All right, well, maybe we can get it right on the other side here with Sakai's salad.
Okay, yeah. Well, it is a kind of
Chilled
salad.
pike eel salad style. Can I get away with that one?
I guess so. These guys, I mean, they're so artistic, so you just never know what to call it, what it's going to taste like.
It's hard to predict, yes.
All right, challenger side now, and they're still slicing away over there, and I believe that one is abalone.
And water shield?
Water shield, right,
Yes.
yeah.
Perfect for summer, don't you think?
Right, so a salad here as well.
And so that makes 4 over there already.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to count. Right.
4, and they still have more up their sleeve.
Well, hang on a second. He could
I think Koyama's going to have at least 5.
Cookies-on?
Yes.
I stand corrected about what's going into the ground cherry pods. My mistake. It was not fried pike eel meat. It was the pike eel bones. Back to you.
All right, correction noted.
Okay.
All right, so I think he wanted us to know that it's not coated with batter then.
Which was the earlier fry job.
Well, I could use a beer right about now.
Hey, hold on a little later. I'll join you, all right?
Okay.
Okay, well, take a look at this one. Chefs call this peony-style soup.
Okay, and you can see that getting in a little closer. Bone-cut pike eel soaking in broth. Back to Sakai.
Just the claws?
Just the claws there.
The head, yeah.
Now, what is that all about?
Wow, very mysterious, I'd say.
Cooked up a lot of crawdad for just those pieces? Well, it is his show.
Wow, he could be an art teacher.
A Delacroix of French cuisine, color, shape, making his artistic
minutes to
statement in a
go.
pike eel crayfish combo dish. But challenger Koyama, he's got some nice visuals working right there with this one.
His dishes are looking very nice as well.
Abalone, caviar on top, daikon radish, I think.
Yeah, those would be worth something in a restaurant.
Yes, a lot of money. And now back to the Iron Chef, a sauce with the diced zucchini tomatoes onto the combo.
Okay, so this is what his plan was.
Which is...
to add some more flavor to the sauce there.
Tomato and zucchini dish.
Yeah.
All right, and Koyama now, his assistant, plating the Hozuki filled with fried pike eel bones, crunch component galore to that one, and the gelatin has gelled.
Yeah, he was panicking there for a little bit, but he settled down again.
About 3.5 minutes now left in the battle, and Koyama doing a check there.
Oh, look at this. He's using gelatin to hold it in place. Hey, he's slick. This is not a
Okay.
Japanese technique.
No, it's one he's picked up elsewhere.
Western technique, and he's kind of fused that with his intense training at Kicho.
Kicho's where Koyama started out in his repertoire, not limited at all to techniques employed in Japanese cuisine, and there the finished product of that one, a fusion of East and West.
Oh, yeah, that looks so good, doesn't
And
it?
there is
3
another
minutes
one
to
too,
go.
and now 3 minutes left.
Oh, that looks
So
delicious.
the finishing touches here for the visual appeal now.
The man will not be giving away any presentation points.
And Aaron Chef's got his truffles up
Okay,
there.
a soup it is.
The soup?
I wasn't expecting him to finish it up quite like this.
Well,
you know?
it is another delectable looking delight, and we are seeing a bevy of beauties on both sides of the kitchen today in this, the Pike Eel Battle. Masahiro Yamamoto, second challenger in Kitchen Stadium.
Oh, I know, that's right.
Sakai's side now, and what is this?
That's gone over the flaky pike eel, hasn't it? Or
Oh, okay, good call, yeah.
yes,
all
and the
right.
flakes he was making before, right?
Memory serving you well all the time. Takata-san, more RAM than a computer.
I was curious to see how he's going to use it. Please.
Well, my RAM is telling me that this is Iron Chef Sakai here, and that he's piling these shredded vegetables on top of his fried bone-cut pike eel, or at least I hope that's what it is.
30 seconds
30
to
seconds
go.
now.
Wow, and you see him splashing the water on the lids there?
Yes, Challenger Koyama right here.
Yeah, that's not just a ritual in formal Japanese dining. They also do this on the chopsticks sometimes as well.
Okay, and they are getting that done on their side, Challenger side, and it looks to be about the last bit of business now for Koyama and Company. Sakai,
10
his
seconds to
pike
go.
eel crayfish combo continuing to look more impressive. Satisfaction
5 seconds.
all around
3,
there. Sakai
2,
getting down the last of the
1.
sauce, the final seconds countdown, and that's it. The Pike Eel Battle is over.
Wow, you're still perspiring. How did the time go?
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
That's
Yeah.
nice to hear. Now, you said you felt you had some spare time, then you realized you didn't. Did your dishes turn out as
Well,
planned?
considering the time frame, 90 points.
That's
but
pretty
under
good.
these time constraints, I did what I could.
So they could have been perfect with more time.
Oh, yeah, I did my best. That's all I could do.
Okay,
Right?
okay, great.
Yeah.
Good job once again.
Oh, Embiid.
Any thoughts after another 60 minutes?
Pike eel was such a tough ingredient for a French chef like myself.
That tough, huh? And what's your impression of Challenger Koyama?
Well, as you know, he's got a great career
Right.
and a great future. And this ingredient is perfect for Japanese cuisine.
Yes.
Not too confident today.
Whoa, all right.
Yeah.
Challenger Koyama is offering 6 dishes. First, boiled pike eel salad with vinegared jelly. The prawns and abalone help heighten the flavor of pike eel with all the ingredients wrapped together in a vinegared gelatin dressing. Fried and marinated pike eel, a perfect presentation for summer using pike eel bone crackers. Tasters will enjoy their unique crispy texture. Fried pike eel and eggplant with sweet and sour sauce. The grated peel of yuzu adds a flavorful finishing touch. Pike eel soup, which incorporates a combination of kelp and bonito broths. It's another soothing summer dish using the seasonal delicacy. Pike eel stew, prepared in a broth with kelp and grilled pike eel bones. Again, slices of citrus fruit offer a touch of natural sourness to the dish. Last is pike eel and egg on rice. Chef Koyama even added some of the cooked innards as well as pike eel roe to the topping, giving extra body to his closing dish. Iron Chef Sakai has 4 dishes. First, pike eel royale truffle sauce. It uses a paste of pike eel roe and ground fish meat. He thickened a broth taken from pike eel bones, added truffles, and then poured it on top. Second is pike eel salad orange sauce. Carrots and oranges with a touch of hot chili pepper are used for the sauce to be soaked up by the chilled pike eel meat and prawns. Pike eel mousse with crayfish claws. Crayfish meat was also mixed into the pike eel and scallops mousse. The mousse also houses pike eel skin for another twist in texture. Last is fried pike eel salad, a chilled salad loaded on top of fried pike eel. The herbs are a great match with the crispy items below in a veal broth-based sauce. And now the moment of truth, tasting and judgment. On the panel today for the Pike Eel Battle are copywriter Shigesato Itoi, actress Mayuko Takata, and Rosanjin scholar Masaaki Hirano. First, the dishes of Challenger Koyama.
I wanted to do one classic pike eel dish while also preparing one of my recent original recipes.
It has a very refreshing taste. It's a perfect way to start out.
Yeah.
It's very soothing.
This yuzu, I've never had it like this, but really it makes a difference.
Yeah.
You know, when you fry a little guy like pike eel like this, its body is totally maximized. I like this.
You have the skill to manipulate the ingredient, yet enhancing its natural flavor. Very good.
When I put it in my mouth, it spread all over. It really adds to the experience of it. It's really very delicious. There's no other way to put it.
This was just as I expected. And the texture is just right.
This is the 3rd consecutive dish with yuzu in it.
Yeah.
Could this be a miscalculation, I wonder? I mean, too much emphasis on yuzu, perhaps. You could have used yuzu in only one dish, this one or another. I think you overused it, and that has made me totally overconscious of the flavor of yuzu in your food.
All right.
Now Koyama will serve his pike eel stew.
The broth is just superb.
No, this dish speaks for the chef's true ability, I must say. Well, it teaches me that pike eel is really a tasty fish.
Water was dripping from the back of the lid when I opened it. That means the rice is quite soggy.
Well, I know the best way to have you enjoy this is just as soon as I've finished it, but that's a bit tough to do here, you know.
There was too much time until I tasted this.
And now up the dishes of Iron Chef Sakai.
I used it just like eel or conger eel, but this delicate fish requires a special skill, bone-cutting techniques. So that was the first of many hurdles I had to tackle.
Pike eel, you said you've never used it before, so you pretended it was conger eel when it was thrust upon you. Now, That ain't easy, huh?
I was looking for the meat, but now I know it's the roe.
That's right.
The aroma of the truffles with the texture of the pike eel roe is just so wonderful. Interesting flavor this sauce has.
Orange sauce and cured plums. I'm inclined to say that this was something of a rare mistake.
This is very good. Great.
This is a great masterpiece.
Thank you.
I mean, the dashi, broth, expresses its existence within the mousse itself, and the sauce accentuates it.
The soft texture of the pike eel with the Japanese ginger and the cucumber, the contrast of these textures, the fluffiness and the crispness really go well together. Very nice job.
遥か徳島からやってきた今日の挑戦者。さすがに日本全国の店を食べ尽くしている方の推薦とあって、その作品は見事なものでした。今まで徳島という地方に目を向けていなかった自分を大いに反省していますが、しかしそれと勝敗の行方とは別物です。それでは発表します。
Today, French and Japanese cuisines intersecting. A Japanese chef who's opened the eyes of French gourmets. Challenger Koyama, acclaimed by the culinary journalist Yamamoto, expanding the soul of Japanese cuisine. And Iron Chef French Sakai, fusion always the operative word, but only one gets past the intersection. Who takes it? Whose cuisine reigns supreme?
鉄人酒井宏之。
It's the Iron Chef Sakai. He's 2 for 2 now against Yamamoto back challengers. And did he ever come through big time today? With Pike Eel, Koyama, the big man from Tokushima, had everything going for him. But it is the Iron Chef who captures it, no doubt about it. Victory going to Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai.
Koyama-san did a great job in the kitchen stadium. He also expressed his creativity in the selection of plates and bowls for his presentation. It reconfirmed he's indeed a great chef. That pike eel omelet on rice looked awesome. But meanwhile, Sakai-san took a Japanese ingredient, used it to make French dishes, and he beat our Koyama-san. I guess I'll have to start worshiping him now as a chef with, divine talent.
Yeah.